What's up, MKBHD here. So, can you game in 8K? And would you even really want to? That's the question that I'm gonna try to answer with this video, which, you guys know what that means. This video is gonna be 8K.
What?
The whole thing. It's gonna be rough on the processing, but hey, we're doing it. Look, with all the hype about these consoles though, with the PS5 coming out, with the Xbox Series X, and I've done videos about both of them, this sort of conversation starts to drum up again where do PC games really do that much more than console games? Can these new consoles essentially be PC gaming? And you wouldn't be crazy to think that, by the way. A lot of what we've seen with the new consoles as people try to decide which one to upgrade to have shown a pretty big generational leap. And so we're impressed with that, but that's when the PC gaming community gets in my ear and they're like, hey Marquez, look, that's cool and everything, but the real power still comes from the real computer. So of course, this wouldn't be an MKBHD video on 8K gaming without a little bit of an exclusive. So, this is the first time anyone's seeing on camera the new Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090. So this is the highest end in Nvidia's new 3000 series. It's a gigantic, huge graphics card. But this is the top of their new lineup, and this is capable of things that no new console will even really be able to touch. Of course, we're talking about 8K gaming. Now, of course, frame rate is king, and I've said that myself. I said that in the Xbox video. But if you want to maximize detail and immersion in every possible way in this gaming world, you also need high resolution. And so that's why we're trying to answer the question, can you even game right now in 8K? And if anything can do it, this can. Now, you may remember an older video where I did try to game in 8K. That was 3 years ago, believe it or not. And looking back, it was worth a shot. We had the Dell 8K monitor, we had a powerful computer, but there were a lot of workarounds happening. For one, you needed 2 cables from the computer to the monitor, and it was stitching the whole thing together. And when we finally got it running, I mean, it ran at 8K, technically, but you saw the footage. It wasn't amazing. But now it's 2020, so we've got to step our game up like Mr. Beast would want us to. So remember this? This is the 88-inch 8K OLED TV from that Dope Tech video. It's back. And Maingear has also stepped up their game. So this is their F131. So this is their custom computer basically built around the 3090. So if the 3090 is, as Nvidia says, built for 8K gaming, then the rest of this computer's got to be built for 8K gaming too. And it is. So Intel Core i9 10900K, so that's 10 cores, 3.7 gigahertz base clock, turboing up to 5.3 gigahertz. You got 32 gigs of fast HyperX Fury RAM in here, an MSI MPG Z490 gaming motherboard, they're always great with names, and then a terabyte Samsung NVMe SSD, the 970 Pro is the boot drive. And then there's another 2 terabyte SSD for mass storage, you know, for stuff you don't need to access quite as quickly. So it's all in a custom built aluminum chassis. You see the RGB in there, you see that MKBHD logo, the matte black outside, the tinted glass, and the side panel. This thing means business. Well, not business. I mean, unless 8K gaming is your business, then that's a pretty sweet business. Anyway, let's get into it. Also, don't worry, this isn't a review of the new card. There are no benchmarks in this video. This is just about 8K gaming, but I'm sure we'll have all of that and more very soon when the Linus Tech Tips video and the Hardware Connects videos drop. Matter of fact, I'll link both of those below when they do actually drop their videos about the card, because I'm sure people are interested in that. But also, I think it's pretty safe to say this card will probably crush synthetic benchmarks. All right, so we got a little setup going here. The Maingear computer on the desk next to me and the 8K TV in front of me. I want to show you guys something really quick though. So on this built for 8K graphics card, it's got HDMI 2.1 ports like I talked about, and that's what enables that single cable to do 8K out. And this is the HDMI cable we're using, and if you look at it, it's a little thicker. It's a little more averse to like bending, but this is the type of cable you'll need to get 8K through a single cable to the TV. And now if I go ahead on the desktop and check out display settings, you can see, there you go, 7680 by 4320 is the resolution we're getting. So we're ready to play. All right, so we got a few games installed, and I want to play, first one I want to show is Forza Horizon 4. I've been a driving game type of person for a long time, sports games and driving games, but I'm pretty sure seeing all the detail of the map and the car in a driving game is gonna be a major advantage to having this many pixels. And there's this pretty sweet demo mode that we'll go through that has like 4 different seasons and a bunch of different cars, and it's a pretty sweet demo. Okay, so now we're in the game, and I have the controller actually connected. This intro though, I think when they make these, they don't render these at 8K, so this is less than 8K. I think this is either 4K or maybe 1080p. It doesn't look as good as 8K gaming, but let's go into video. Oh, there it is, right off the bat. 8K, 60 FPS. All right.
Here's what I see.
Ooh, the Senna.
Festival that never ends.
And even this, I don't think we're 8K yet, but it
Where
looks
you can
so
be
good.
Whatever you want to be.
That doesn't look
It's
8K.
not your dream
All right, we're almost there.
anymore. That's the
I'm about to
horizon
drive
I
a
see.
Senna directly into a giant screen.
Let me show you.
This is definitely what's happening.
Welcome to autumn. A new
Oh,
beginning
wow.
for the festival that never ends.
Oh, now it's
Don't
8K.
go
There you
anywhere.
go.
Horizon is here to stay.
All right. So right off the bat, it's telling me we are like locked at 60 FPS. So in the autumn setting, I'm seeing like all these leaves on the ground, all the leaves on the trees, all the detail in the sky. It's stuff you would still see at 1440p or 1080, but it's that much crisper. And I'm driving a little bit recklessly while trying to talk at the same time. Oh god, a Senna would not make it through that. All right, let's see what inside the car. Oh, I cracked the windshield already. Beautiful. Wow, that is the McLaren steering wheel for sure. It's not exactly what my hands would look like, but that's pretty good. Okay, now you can get to winter. I've done this before. The winter is insane. You see every little snowflake falling on the screen. Everything, no matter what perspective you're in, you're getting snowflakes. Oh, wow. Okay. Still pretty much locked at 60 FPS. If we wanted to go higher, we'd need a higher refresh rate screen. And then there's these little smoke things that come up. And the smoke, I don't know if it looks as realistic, but like, once you start to game at 8K, you start to notice like every single little thing the developer decided to put in the game. It's like when you watch a high resolution animated movie and you know that everything in the movie had to be intentional because it had to be animated in. It's kind of the same thing with this game. Like everything you see on this map and everything you hit with the car and everything that falls out of the sky, it's all very intentional to give you a more immersive feeling, and you notice all of it. Like all these fences I'm hitting and this dirt and splashing. All right, let's see if I can actually get some good times in this demo while the lasers fire into the sky distracting me. All right, cutscene. I feel like you can kind of see it shift down to 1440 or 1080 in the cutscenes and then back up to 8K when the gaming starts again, because it's pre-rendered stuff here. All right. Yeah, that's not 8K. Wow, there is 8K. It's very clear when it turns back on. All right.
All right, guys, this will be easy.
Whoa.
Just don't miss the checkpoint, and let's go.
These bikes with the smoke, and now it's just a lot of leaves. Lots of textures. The fans in the back of the car. Let me get in the car for a second.
Woohoo!
So sick. All the water droplets on the screen too, each of them has a reflection in it of the world behind it. Like as if you were actually looking through a camera back here. All the water droplets on the top of the car.
Hey, Blue, thread the needle with
I'm
me.
loving this. If I had this set up at home, I would never stop playing this at 8K. Has the GPU struggled yet? Okay, now we're down to 50 FPS, right? 96%. But like when there's that much stuff happening on the screen at once, I'm kind of not shocked. You're pushing a lot of pixels. 30 plus megapixels for every single frame. A lot of wind.
Looks like I'm I'm the only one left.
Oh. God, that's good. Oh, that transition though.
This is it, Horizon. We
And then
are
this is the
kicking
last
off
part of the
summer
cutscene.
season
It's
with
summer.
the greatest race
We're back in
of
Ascena,
all
I'm pretty
time.
sure. Again, this
Point
pre-rendered
yourself
part,
in the direction
not
of the
quite.
horizon and put your foot
And then it
down.
switches to 8K.
To the
Wow.
festival wins. So let's go.
Oh, we're flying. Oh, we are flying. We gotta catch the Centenario and the Bugatti up there, while the jets and the leaves and everything distract me. Holy moly. I like how the speedo is in kilometers per hour, but my actual tack is in mph. Catch the bug. Catch the bug. That was way too easy. I shouldn't have caught the bug that easily. Oh boy. I can tell you, as I'm distracted by the interior of this car, from being in high-end McLarens, that's exactly what the menu looks like when you're driving the car.
Is that a Vulcan? Oh, Horizon, you do not want to miss out on watching this.
Get around.
Look at that set of go. I mean, the car, sure, but someone's got to be handling that thing.
Oh.
Final straight. I can't breathe.
That's fun. I'm telling you, you can tell when it switches from the pre-rendered, like, I'm gonna say 1440p looking cutscenes, which look amazing, right into the actively rendering gameplay. I swear you can see it switch, and it looks really good when you actually get into it. All right, let's try another game. All right, this next game is called Control Ultimate Edition. I'm already in the game right now, and it's showing in 8K, 52 FPS, so I'm just looking around here. And this animation of hitting books I think is hilarious. But also I want to show you something real quick. So if I go into video settings, options, and switch render resolution, so this is other things in the environment that it's rendering out, to 5K, you can see if we resume the game now it's actually starting to work. The GPU, I'm down to 21 FPS. Clearly what it's rendering back there is super high resolution. So if I'm trying to see every single detail, you're gonna be losing frames, 21 FPS now. But when I have the actual resolution of the game set to 8K, which it is, and then render resolution of the world set to 2K, maybe even, let's go 4K and see how it does. Resume game, 36 FPS. So I think really if we're gonna have the best experience, that's gonna have to stay at 2K. So it's not invincible. The card itself isn't going to literally do anything you ask at it. So you can see now the world is a little lower resolution, but I mean clearly the character is still high quality and the game is still high quality. Let's go out this door. This has been a creepy game. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. What is this? Floating? What? Bro, okay. Okay, this is where it's gonna really show that I'm not actually a good gamer. Oh god. How long till I die? Do the thing. Oh, okay. Well, exposed. I think you can tell this is the type of game that would benefit from, I think, a little bit higher refresh rate. Like the driving game, obviously higher refresh rate, but gaming is like full immersion. You need the detail also. This is the type of game where if you're really just trying to get immersed and truly horrified by a horror game, like look at these textures. Look at these textures. All of these are so high quality. The reflections, the character herself, and when I go up to like a piece of glass and you can see her reflection in the glass too, like that's the type of stuff your eye expects to see when you're actually somewhere where there would be a reflection. So this is pretty sweet. All right, I have learned a lot. I think I'm ready to give a conclusion. To answer the question in the title of the video, can you game in 8K? Yes, especially if you have a 3090. You can handle pretty much any game in pretty much any resolution. Now, the world of gaming in 8K is not just a great GPU and a great game. You also need an 8K display, and that world of 8K gaming monitors doesn't really exist yet. So that little piece of the puzzle that still has to plug in is still not very mature yet. We had that Dell 8K monitor years ago. We have this LG 8K TV that's thousands of dollars. You probably still don't have a need to try to game in 8K yet in 2020. But if you do actually have the right setup, gaming can be spectacular at a high refresh rate or a high resolution if you have the right setup, and this is more than enough to be the right setup. I just want to get like a comparison now between the best that the consoles have to offer, because I've been somewhat of a console gamer for the past couple of years. You see me play 2K all the time, you see me play Need for Speed all the time, things like that. I'm just trying to figure out how big is the difference between those games on, say, a 4K TV versus the 8K stuff that this is kicking out. So far, really good stuff. And yes, if you're a PC Master Race person, you will be able to say the consoles can't do this, officially kicking out 60 FPS at 8K. It's glorious, it's beautiful. So that's been my experience. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.